Hi guys, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build, and this time it's another vampire horror build, because we got the new game pack called The Sims 4 Vampires. Yes, that's basically how they called it. Very simple, I guess. But I absolutely, as a horror movie fan, love this pack, and I can highly recommend it to you if you like everything supernatural and of course more horror related stuff like me. And if you are into building, then I would definitely say you need that if you like to do old kind of styles like Victorian, Gothic, Renaissance, all that stuff, because we have lots and lots of really cool building stuff in this pack. But yeah, what's that? It's a vampire farm, and you already know that because that's on the thumbnail. But what does that mean? It means basically that in The Sims 4, just remind yourself it's a rated teen game, and therefore of course it's not super scary and creepy and gory like I myself of course would have loved it, but your vampires can be vegan vampires somehow, because in the game there is this plasma fruit which grows on the plasma tree, because yes, it's not called blood in The Sims 4, it's called plasma what the vampires drink. And well, these trees you can, like with every collectible or growing thing in the game, you can harvest them from the plasma trees that are around in this new world called Forgotten Hollow, and then you can plant that on your own and have a little farm. And basically this is what I did here too, because for the more vegan going, like the friendly vampires it's also an aspiration in the game. This could be the thing, I would say. So I thought it would be really cool, and I think that nobody else came up with that idea so far. Maybe they did, then I'm sorry, I didn't want to steal from you, but that was something that I personally wanted to do after I've done my vampire cathedral, of course. And also, of course, I want to build like lots and lots of houses in this new world. So this is the second one I did. And yeah, I really like it. I actually found this house because I googled for medieval farm or something, because I knew that I wanted to have it look like a medieval inspired build, not so fancy. I didn't want it to look very American like the American farms, because they look very different to the European ones, and since this world that came with the vampire pack looks a little bit more old European for me, I wanted to go with a Tudor style timber framing medieval house here. And yeah, also as a big contrast to all the mansions and all the really big lavish houses that everybody is going to build and is building right now for their vampires. Of course that's a thing that I'm going to do, but yeah, I needed some change to the cathedral, of course, so I wanted to go with timber framed medieval Tudor style house. And yeah, like I said, I found a little model online when I researched it, and yeah, I really loved it and tried to reconstruct it here. I will put the link in the video description if I find it again, because yeah, I really like that house, and I wanted to do that here in The Sims 4 and see if that is possible, of course. So it has let me guess, it has 3 floors that actually work, and the 4th and most upper floor and building stuff is actually not usable. You can though make it work, because you have to put another stair in, then it would work. But I personally only play with 2 levels, for example, because after 3 levels it gets, for me, a little bit confusing where my Sims are and all that stuff. That's something that I don't like in The Sims 4 so much, because it's hard to keep track where they are and how long they have to walk to get upstairs and all that stuff. I mean, as a vampire it's pretty easy, because they can like beam themselves there as a bat, or if they are a master vampire, there even is like a power called, I guess, like a mist or something. They turn into mist and like teleport somewhere, and the same with the bat thing. This is the first power I always get myself when I'm a vampire or playing with a vampire sim, because it's so much easier. They don't walk anymore. It's so great. That's something that I really love about playing with vampires, because they can instantly teleport themselves somewhere. So basically playing playing with them in a really large building or in a really large lot. It's so much better now because, yeah, Sims tended to like, or they love to walk like 1 hour from the west side of from the west part of the house, or like the huge manor to the south part or whatever, and it took so much time, like in-game time, and that's something that I personally never liked about that. Yeah, so a little farm it was for me, and I really liked that house. It has like lots and lots of little corners and nooks, and it looks really gorgeous from all the angles. Of course, I will put some screenshots at the end of the build, because I know these builds are very fast, and then you can see every aspect of the house. I also try to heavily decorate it, of course, and with the pack you get these cracks and little holes in the wall, and that I will place like all over the place. So it looks like a really old, almost ancient looking medieval home that hasn't been renovated ever. And I also thought it would be like a really cool idea to maybe move in there and renovate it for yourself. Like as you are playing with your vampire sim, they gain more money because, I don't know how you will play it, but maybe they have a job or something, or you just cheat it and then you renovate it yourself and like delete all the cracks and all that stuff, and the cobwebs, of course, lots and lots of cobwebs in the house, and then you can, yeah, like save the old farm from your grandfather or something, you know, that kind of story, I thought. So there will be a little fence on the other side. I will put some of these grown up plasma trees at the end. So this lot comes with the plasma tree, some wolfsbane, I guess it's called, the plant. There is already like everything set up for your sim, vampire, whatever. And yeah, I thought it would be a nice idea for vegan vampires, or like the good vampires who don't want to bite anybody. But I personally really have to say that when I am playing with my vampire sim, of course I tried to test that here on the farm, but I just couldn't manage. Like after 2 days they were like starving already, because they need like lots and lots of these plasma packs and plasma fruit, and I just hated it myself, because I just thought biting other sims and sucking their blood, or like plasma, I'm sorry, it's just so much more fun. So yeah, if you are more into the vegan storyline, or just want to do the aspiration, I guess, then this is of course the lot for you, I guess. And I really hope that you like it, because yeah, it was lots and lots of fun to think about the story behind it. And if you have like other stories of what this could be, or what like the vampire living there could be, who they are, who have they been as a human maybe, and that would be really cool. Maybe these are servants to the Count Dracula or something. It's like servant vampires who want to be like good vampires or something. That would be a really cool idea too. So there's a little fun thing about this. If you have the pack, you get little sculptures like a gargoyle and like a, I don't know, like a little fairy and all that stuff. And you can put them on pedestals. And one of them is a llama with wings, and it's like the dragon llama from hell or something. It has like a really funny description, so you have to read that. It's really funny. And I have enlarged that and put that on the side so it looks like a horse, but as a horse of hell. You know, like they ride on llamas then, with wings. And I really like that idea. So that is like the cartoony, spoofy version that The Sims 4 gives to these horror packs. And I really like it. And of course, because it's rated teen, you won't have like something super gory. But I try to, with the cracks and all that and all the cobwebs, to make it as realistic and more interesting as possible. Otherwise, it's just like a Tudor, I don't know, medieval farmhouse and nothing so special. But all the little nooks and, you know, little, I would say, like rooms make it look also very whimsical and almost magical, like out of the Harry Potter universe, I would say. Because it's defying a little bit gravity, I think. I'm not an architect or like constructional engineers, but I just take a wild guess that this wouldn't like exist in real life as it is by now. But yeah, I think it looks really cool. I also placed a little kitchen Remind yourself that vampire sims don't use a kitchen ever because they need plasma packs to survive, or a plasma sucking blood from others. And therefore I only made like a really small kitchen because maybe they have a human friend over and they need some normal food. I personally, if you have the vintage glamour stuff pack, they came with a butler. Just get yourself a butler, because as a vampire you can feed on the butler, and the butler even does all the stuff you need to do on the lot, which is cool. So yeah, this is basically everything there is to it. It has, I guess, 3 bedrooms, one with a real bed, and the other 2 have these caskets for vampires. And also there will be like the upstairs level, the 3rd level will have a bar that came with the vampire pack and a little cauldron over a fire, for example. And I used, I guess, from the get together pack, the bar behind thingy. I have no idea how to call it or what to call it. I'm German and sometimes I have to describe it like a silly person. I don't know why, but I really have no idea how you would call that. But like that, the upper floor room looks a little bit like a little laboratory or like a potion making, brewing, herbalists, I don't know, room. And in the vampire pack you can do certain kind of potions on the bar which can cure your sim from being a vampire, or which make your vampires can go into the sunlight for a longer time or something like that, like a sun blocker potion. And yeah, I thought that is like a really useful practical aspect of this pack, and therefore you needed, of course, like a room for that. And I will frequently use the bar because my sims are all alcoholics, like every sim. If you have a bar, they will drink. Like, for sure, they will drink a lot. Oh my god. This is why I personally never like to place bars, because I don't want my sims to drink that often. But of course they're not alcoholic, also rated teen here, and it's called a nectar or something. But yeah, they will drink a lot, so beware of that your vampires and all that stuff, they will get upstairs and make them fix themselves a drink, because apparently that's what you do every day. Every day they keep on drinking. They have a horrible life. But yeah, this is basically the whole build. I hope that you like it, guys. It's of course up on the Sims 4 gallery. Use the download link in the video description down below. I hope that you enjoyed this build, guys. Please enjoy the screenshots and I will see you soon. Bye bye!